Now this spot, I happened to walk upon it, and they were literally doing their soft opening. They were preparing at the bar, and I got to sit down and meet with Chef Jae right away. So I'm really anxious to bring him in so we can talk about his concept, because I've learned more about it since he told me about it, of this sous vide concept. So Chef, if you're ready, we'll bring you in next. Okay. All right. Now, just from a logistics standpoint of where it's located as well, is that their neighbors are almost the Hotel Providence, and they're across from Grace Church. So Yolenis and Oboy are really neighbors in that area. So if you're out to experience new places, hey,
hello.
Good to see you.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks for coming in again. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, I'll put this here. Oh, we got cocktails and
yep,
wine?
I got some cocktails and the wines.
I am going to be in good shape here today. So, Chef, I have to bring up, and I want to start this out because your background, oh my gosh. This looks unbelievable. Your background as a chef, can you tell us a little bit about that? Because you've studied in different places, and you have an experience that connects you here to Rhode Island, right?
Right.
So tell us a little about that.
Absolutely. So at the beginning of the deciding what I wanted to do, like my brother started to study the culinary part first. So he's my big brother, so I just want to be just like him.
You want to be just like your big
Yeah,
brother.
exactly. That's how I start the cooking actually. So actually I was looking for something cool school in Korea, and I decided to go to the culinary school. So luckily I got accepted from that school, and it changed my entire life.
So you started studying in Korea before you came to the United States?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I studied culinary first in Korea, and then after graduate at school, I was working one of the most luxury hotel in Korea.
Okay.
I used to working in the Chinese restaurant part, and at the time I was able to have a lot of information about the rare and unique ingredients, such as shark's fins,
Yep.
bird's nests, and dried abalone, dried sea cucumber sort of things. There's tons of new ingredients.
Right.
So I was feeling like I have to go outside of the world and to see what's the ingredient, what food they eat, what's I don't know.
Other cultures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So actually my school and the Johnson Wales has a little connection, so I was able to easily get some information about the Johnson Wales. That's how I got into the Johnson Wales.
So how long were you studying at Johnson Wales here in Rhode Island?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, 2 years for the culinary part, and another 2 year was for the nutrition.
Really?
Exactly, yep.
So this kind of is the segue to it, is that this experience that brought you to Rhode Island, so to speak, is that you were trained in Korea, you worked in some great restaurants that were giving you various experiences, but then when you came here to go to Johnson and Wales, I mean, did you realize in a short time how much of a foodie state we are, so to speak? And
well, it was 2012. That's the first time to be in the States.
Yeah.
Actually, the Providence is the first city of the United States. Yeah,
Really?
this is the first place that I've been here. So anyway, so it was very long story about making short. When I was here, there's nothing to do as a student. I can't really drink. I couldn't drink because I was underage.
Right.
And there is a lot of fun place, but it's kind of expensive because there is a lot of fine dining, but they're costly a little bit as a student.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking I really want to open a place for fun for students with the low cost and a reasonable price sort of thing. So I always want to open my restaurant as entertainment, not just food.
So what made you, I mean, knowing that information, what made you want to stay in Rhode Island and open your restaurant here? I mean, sounds like you could have plenty of choices and plenty of connections, relationships you made.
Right, that's a good question. So after graduating at Johnson Wales, I went to New York City. I worked a couple of the restaurants. I live in the Manhattan, just so packed, so many people, so many tourists, just overwhelming for me. So I always want to come back to the Providence, enjoy the nice weather and a little bit of space and the nice park, ocean state. I mean the oceans and the beach. So I don't know.
So you made a great connection here.
Exactly. I don't know. I just love the Rhode Island. I really like the Providence.
Well, between you and Yolenis, I got to tell you that's very heartwarming for someone that's very passionate about tourism and food here to hear.
Right.
So thank you for that, because we like to hear that. No,
Not a
seriously,
problem.
and you've made a big commitment to being in Rhode Island, the space that you've transformed over there. You've created your own style for it.
Right.
So let's get into talking about, before I get into these delicious cocktails, let's get into talking about your style of the menu, because when I popped in to see you, and it was you and your manager, I believe, that I got a chance to talk to, was that, am I saying correctly, sous vide?
Sous vide.
Sous vide.
Yeah.
So tell us about this style of cooking, and then we'll get into the dishes that you brought here today.
Absolutely. So sous vide, like one of the well-known modern cooking technique. So like the traditional classical cooking technique, the ingredient contact to the metal or whatever the plate, but the plate or the flame is the temperature is way higher than that I want, that I chef want. However, the sous vide control the accurate temperature. Like if I want to like 135 degree, it's not gonna be over than that.
So
Not gonna be higher than
So what is sous vide exactly? How is it? So you get the correct temperature, but what are you putting it in to cook it?
So sous vide actually is like a little machine which is called a water circulator.
Okay.
So I to make a water bath and to put the sous vide machine in it.
Okay.
And the sous vide machine suck out all the water and pump it out with the accurate temperature. So the water keeps circulating. At the time, and when I put the ingredient with the vacuum seal or put the Ziploc and removed all the airs out,
Okay.
and to put that in it, the temperature gonna be just like
Perfect.
perfect.
So
Exactly.
this concept, after you talked to me about it, I looked into it a little bit more, and it's very big in Europe. It's,
It is. Actually,
and I was finding that there was these upscale restaurants that have adopted it because the chefs do what you're saying, that they found that it's more accurate.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
they can control the exact temperature. Also, actually, the sous vide machine is very expensive. Each machine costs easily $2,000 for the commercial uses.
Really?
If you want to buy the home one, it's going to be less than that. But however, it's very costly and it takes time. My steak, I usually put 2 hours for just steak.
Wow.
So,
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours just for the perfect steaks.
So anything can be made in this.
Anything can be in there.
In your menu, everything that we're looking at here that we're
Well,
going to talk about.
except the octopus, because Rhode Island never allow me to the sous vide
For seafood? Or?
for seafood. Only the seafood.
Okay.
It's really hard to get.
So let's go through the dish you got here, because I'm
Absolutely.
drooling already. What'd you bring today? What is
So
this?
that's one of the signature dish, the octopus, charred octopus with the fingerling potato and the house-made miso sauce and the charred, the scallion. That's the fingerling potato.
Fingerling potatoes. Oh my gosh. And what we got over here?
And this is our new dish. It's not on the menu yet, but this is our brand new. This is a steak salad. So we cook the steak in the sous vide and chill it and slice it as a ham, like a ham.
You can see the thinness of it there, yeah.
It's very thin. Beautiful, right?
So you got carrots and this, like,
Yep, pickled carrots, cheese crackers, pickles, and a wasabi, mustard, mayo, and the steaks.
beautiful.
And this is the actually sous vide cooked, the steaks.
So it's traditionally when you go to see a steak, you're thinking you're going to see the grill marks and all that kind of stuff that you're saying can go back and forth on temperatures and very hard
Right.
to get. This right here, it's the temperature of it looks perfect. So the potatoes the same thing. You're doing the potatoes the same way.
Yes,
You're cooking
potatoes the same way. Well, as you look at it, there is no gray color.
it? Right.
The outside of the meat.
Right.
It's edge to edge, everything same temperature. It's just perfect medium rare right now.
That's amazing to me. It's, the process alone is amazing. So this process, did you see this when you were in Europe or when you were traveling? How did you hear about the process?
Sous vide is kind of well-known modern cooking technique. It's very popular in the fine dining area. So actually, I used to work in a couple of the Michelin star restaurants in New York City, and I've been every single Michelin 3 and 2 stars in New York City.
Okay.
Also, I spent like 1 month in Europe. I visited one of the major Michelin star restaurant in Europe, the whole entire area.
Wow.
So so that's how I get all the idea. But I can't really, I didn't work in their kitchen, but I had the experience of
Seeing
their
it all.
food.
And what do we got here?
This is the omelette. Actually, the egg itself, it's a French style, but
Okay.
we cook it in Japanese way. So this is very fusion, and this is really well explained ourselves.
Wow, it looks amazing.
Thank you.
Looks absolutely amazing.
On top of it, some people, it's when This is a fish place. So
Okay.
some people, when listen about the fish place, they feels like, oh, this is kind of weird. But actually, this is dried fish and shaped, very nice and thin.
So this goes back to what I was speaking to with Chef George Milanis, is that there's a lot of education to be able to go behind this, not just in the method of cooking, but with the style of the dishes that you're preparing.
Absolutely.
And your team, when I walked in, I apologize, I forget your manager's name, but I spoke to
James.
James, he was fantastic. Like in the first 2 minutes, he was telling me things, my jaw was dropping and like starving to try all your things. And the way you've set up the restaurant is it's very open.
It's very open, yep.
So you've got the bar when you first walk in, which was a good sized bar.
Right.
And then how much seating do you have in there?
We have 90 seating, excluding the bar area.
Excluding the bar area. And then what are the hours that you guys are going to be open for people to come in?
We open lunch and dinner. The lunch time starts at 11:30 to 3:30, and we have a break time between 3:30 and 5, and we're going to open for dinner the dinner starts at 5.
But dinner starts at 5, okay. All right, and then I'm going to absolutely have to try cocktails and wine here because I was watching that you had people behind there test making and experimenting with different things. So what did you bring here today?
So I got the strawberry breeze right here.
Strawberry breeze.
And this is a summer refresher. This is a nice summer weather, so I have to bring something
Oh my
cool,
God.
sweet.
That is delicious.
Actually, there's a lychee in it. Lychee is a tropical fruit.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And what was this one?
That's the summer refresher.
The summer refresher.
Yeah, cucumber refresher. Cucumber, ginger, a little bit of Sprite.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yep.
I haven't anything like that. And I like the straw here.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, in the restaurant, we use that straw for the cocktails.
Really?
Yep. But we wash it.
Yeah, well, very unique. Now, from this, like I mentioned, when I saw them at the bar, they were experimenting with different cocktails to put out. Your wine list and stuff, you guys were telling me, is going to be pretty eclectic. You're going to carry a lot of different wines.
Absolutely. We have a whole wine selection in the restaurant, but I just brought 2 just for today. The Weberhan, this is Pinot Noir. The reason why I brought the Pinot Noir, even though I have a steak, this Pinot Noir from the hand,
Yeah.
that even though it is a Pinot Noir, it has a body. So
Okay.
it's really go well with my octopus and the steaks.
With the octopus, too.
Octopus too.
All right, well, you're going to have to do a little bit with me here to try this because I have to
Absolutely.
congratulate you on this
Thank you.
awesomeness that you're bringing to Rhode Island for us. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
So, this has got a lot of body. You're absolutely right. I could definitely see having it with the steak. Is it it's miso that you said that this is in, right?
Yes.
So with the miso, you think would bring out the flavor in the wine here?
Well, yeah, exactly. Miso is not that strong flavor,
Right.
but it has some. Like, have you heard about
Because this has got,
umami flavor?
because I wouldn't normally, when you mentioned it having with octopus, I wouldn't normally think about having red wine with a lot of seafood, to
Right,
be honest
right.
with you, to do it. But I can definitely see, I'm smelling this aroma, so it's like my brain is going in overload smelling this stuff right now, but I'm smelling this and already the aromas from this are making me think that you've got a great pairing that you'd mentioned there. So is it going to be 7 days a week, or what are your days that you'll be open?
We close on Sunday for this week.
Okay.
So this Sunday we're gonna close, but after that we're gonna open for the brunch on the Sunday. So I'm not sure about the time yet because we are trying to set up the brunch.
And this has literally only been 2 or 3 weeks for you guys, right?
Yeah, this is the 3rd week. We just opened same day as Yoleni. We're neighborhood.
And it's unbelievable that you got these 2 great places to be able to try. So it'll give you something to make sure you experience on the street over there. So you guys open up at the same time frame. Brunch is on the horizon, is what you're telling me, which would be a great thing to be able to experience.
Yep.
And then coming in there to go for lunch or dinner. So the style is the menu different for both lunch and dinner, or is it portion sizes?
Yeah,
different?
actually lunch portion size is gonna be bigger because they have to have nice meal for the rest of the day.
Okay.
So lunch portion size is gonna be bigger. However, they gonna have only limited menu for the lunch.
A smaller style menu.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is your family working with you in the restaurant?
No, it's only me, myself.
Wow. So this is an endeavor that you've taken on to put over there, and it looks like you've built a great team already because they're knowledgeable as to your style.
I'm trying to.
No, and it's a challenge. It's a big challenge in
It
this
is.
industry to be able to do that. So I have to tell you, looking at this is going to make me drool for the rest of the segment here, but you want to check out all 3 of these places between Yoleni's on Westminster, Oh Boy over there, and then being able to go to Warwick, whether you're going shopping, craving a pizza to be able to go. All 3 of these places have got great new things, and they're very welcome additions to Rhode Island. And it was very interesting to hear your story as to why you decided to stay in Rhode Island. I mean,
Thank you.
you could have, from the sounds of it, I mean, between New York and Korea, you could have gone anywhere to be able to do this. So it's heartwarming to hear that you've invested to stay in Rhode Island, and that you're carrying wonderful wines like these rosés, these Pinot Noirs, and these cocktails are beyond refreshing. So, Chef, thank you for making the time to come in today. I know that you got a lot going on over there. I look forward to dining with you a lot more often, and I encourage everyone to go check it out. So, Chef, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for today.
I'm Rick Simone. Thank you for joining me today on The Taste. I do want to bring up a couple of great events that are coming up soon. You've got next week alone, the Federal Hill Stroll is taking place up on Federal Hill. It's put on by the Providence Warwick Convention and Visitors Bureau. An awesome, awesome time that they do. You get a ticket, you can stroll and taste all these various restaurants. The day after that, the Taste of Rhode Island is taking place with Pat Cruz and Lupe, who put this together, this amazing event at the Crown Plaza. You want to make sure you check it out. And I do want to give a nice shout out to Eric Weiner, who put on this amazing food truck event that he just did at Lincoln and at Chase Farm over there for the Lincoln Memorial Day Parade. You need to check out his site, and you need to follow him, because he's got these food truck events all over the state, and it's become a huge success. The dishes that I had were absolutely amazing that I enjoyed the other day. So 3 great things to make sure you look at: the Federal Hill Stroll, the Taste of RI coming up, and these food truck events. Check it out for sure. You won't be disappointed. Next week, we're going to be covering Father's Day, talking about what you can do for all the dads out there, because we gave a nice shout to all the moms and a segment on it. So we're going to be concentrating next week on setting up your plans for Father's Day. So I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. I'm Rick Simone. Thank you for joining me on The Taste. Thank you for joining me on The Taste. Thank you for joining me on The Taste. Thank you for joining me on The Taste.